You guys have been great. Keep the energy up. You ready to meet your first comic? All right. If you were kind of meh about me, I have no fucking idea how you're going to feel about this guy. From Canton, Ohio, it's Jerry Grimes.
I love Madison. I mean, the first time we met, she goes, "You know something, Jerry? I think you're a little slow." And you know what I said? "I'm not a smart man, but I know what love is, Johnny." You ready? You ready? No? No. I was for comedy. What do you think I was going to do? I tell you what, I watch way too much TV. In fact, I kind of like to be like a myth buster. Do you ever see that movie, Scary Movie, the first one? Okay. I remember what that sister told her brother. She says, "Hey, get your dick out of the vacuum cleaner." And I'm like, I wonder if that actually works. So I grabbed I was by myself one day and get the vacuum out, turn it on, and it ain't so great. Well, when I went to pull it off, my foreskin went, and I nutted in the vacuum cleaner, and the thing went, blah, 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 blah. I'm like, oh Jesus Christ! And you know what's worse? It was a Kirby, $1,000 vacuum cleaner. You just don't throw one of those out. So I took it to the repair shop, and the guy said, "Well, what's wrong with your vacuum cleaner?" And I was like, you remember when you were a kid, the dog ate my homework when you were, was talking about the teacher. Well, anyway, I said, well, I think the dog did something to the vacuum cleaner. So then next day I come back and I pay my bill and I'm free and clear and I think everything's cool. And I hear the tech in the back yell, "Hey, next time, keep your dog's dick out of that vacuum cleaner." But yeah, times are kind of rough. I've been losing jobs right and left. I have a tough time holding a job down. I mean, I was working for Nichols Bakery, and they what's what you see what's coming? You see what's coming? I got fired for loafing. Nichols, but then also worked for Campbell Soup. What you see this one coming too? And I got canned. Yeah, Campbell Soup. Well, then I worked for Victoria's Secret. They gave me the pink slip. Well, then I worked for Gherkins. Got fired there. Well, you're close. They caught me with my dick in the pickle slicer. And you know what happened after that? They fired her. Oh. Oh. Do what? Explain it. Yep. But I went to the proctologist recently, and I tell you, I've had a lot of bad experience with doctors. And I'm like, you know, oh Lord Jesus, hey, have a rapture happen right now because I am not up to this. And so I got my examination, and I mean, I didn't feel a thing. And you know what I said to the doctor? "Will you marry me?" Oh, well, I tell you, I went to the doctor. I said, "Doctor, I'm really hurting bad down here." And he said, "Well, I want you to take this jar, go home, pee in it, and bring it back the next day." I said, "Okay." I said, "Well, are you going to, give you something for the pain?" And he goes, "Well, I can't because legally I'm not allowed to treat you unless I know what's wrong." And that just pissed me the hell off. So I go home, and I pee in it. I have the dog pee in it. Have my daughter pee in it. Have my wife pee in it. Put the lid on it. I said, "Yeah, let's see what he comes up with now." So I take it in the next day, and he goes, "Well, Mr. Grimes, I got bad news for you." I'm like, "What? What?" He goes, "Well, your dog's got worms. Your underage daughter's pregnant, Your wife has an STI, and you hurt down there because you play with yourself too much. That was a masturbation joke. Well, can you beat that? Beat it! Well, then I worked at a grocery store, and the lady comes. I worked in produce, and the lady goes. She goes, "Do you have any broccoli?" Sir, do you have any broccoli? I said, "No, we're out of broccoli." Comes back later. "Sir, do you have any broccoli?" I said, "No, ma'am, I don't have any broccoli." She comes back the third time, and it really ticks me off. I said, "Listen, lady, can you spell let like in lettuce?" And she goes, "Sure, L-E-T." I said, "Can you spell Tom like in tomato?" She goes, "Sure, T-O-M." I said, "Can you spell fuck like in broccoli?" She goes, "There's no fucking broccoli." Ding, ding, ding. Tell her what we have for her, Johnny. Well, I tell you, you've been a great crowd. You made my nipples hard. I hope to see you again very, very soon. Make sure if you haven't had anything to eat or drink, Ham's beer, I don't care what they say. I love it. Food here is great. So you have a good evening.
Jerry Grimes, everybody, give him a hand. I'm never high enough for him.